I can't go a day without seeing this topping search. People are wondering when, if ever, will Lindsay Clancy actually take the stand in this case? Do you think it'll happen?
It's a good question. To me, it feels extremely unlikely, but not necessarily impossible. I think you have to consider the position she's currently in. She's someone who's actually at a state psychiatric facility, not necessarily stable, and testifying would require her go through cross-examination. That doesn't seem like a responsible thing for a defense lawyer to do, though she does have to affirmatively say yes or no in the coming days before the defense rests whether or not she wants to exert that right. For now, though, it's been not suggested by defense lawyers at any point that they're going to call her as a witness, though it's not technically impossible.
Right. And Peter, we're seeing a lot of searches on whether or not Lindsay actually remembers the night that she actually killed her kids. Have we heard anything about her from her attorneys about this?
Yeah, I mean, we've really heard a lot of details about this over the last 48 hours, specifically because they called a psychologist who met with Clancy in the days after those those killings, where Clancy had a phone call with her ex-husband, Patrick, where she basically described that she was hearing a voice in her head telling her to kill the children and then kill herself. According to her defense lawyer, she was in an episode of psychosis when she heard that voice, though we've now seen some testimony kind of pushing back on whether or not she heard that voice. For example, that psychologist testified today that the idea of her hearing voices in her head, that's not necessarily something that's in the medical records that existed prior to the incident, so her previous doctors didn't notice that. On top of that, she didn't really communicate hearing those voices other than that one phone call and a separate conversation apparently with a hospital chaplain.
Just so much nuance to this. Peter, I know we talked about this yesterday, but we're still seeing a lot of search interest in Susan Clancy, the former mother-in-law of Lindsay Clancy. What do we know about her?
Yeah, she took the stand yesterday in really a remarkable few hours of testimony where she went up on the stand and basically said Lindsay Clancy was begging for help, that her mental health was declining in the fall of 2022, and that she told her family members that she was struggling, that she needed help. Now, the mother-in-law is actually a nurse as well, so she not only helped connect Clancy to medical help, but she also helped her figure out her side effects from these medications she was taking. This really seems to be a push from defense lawyers to push back on this idea that Lindsay Clancy was unserious about her medical treatment. They argue she jumped from doctor to doctor, tried out different medications quickly, and then gave up and then plotted this scheme. What they're hearing with this witness is that she was reaching out for help, she was trying, and she was getting help from her family.
Peter, before I let you go real quick, people are wondering on search, what would happen if Lindsay is deemed not guilty by lack of reason or of criminal responsibility?
Yeah, if she gets acquitted, she's ultimately going to spend the rest of her life likely in a psychiatric facility run by the state. According to one of those psychologists who treated her, basically she has bad days and worse days, and that basically every day she thinks about those 3 children who she killed.
Just such a sad story. Peter Charalambous, thanks so much for keeping us updated, man.